Have you ever felt the satisfaction of building something with your own hands? And who is lucky enough to live in a place where you can learn from some of the world's most talented craftspeople? Well, for my quest, I was lucky enough to do both. And it gets even better because I got to use the abundance of plant-based food and medicinal herbs that we have here on this magical island of Bali. I'm thrilled to share my process, ultimate goal, and true meaning that this project gave me along the way. An experience I will remember for the rest of my life. For my quest, I built this. You may be wondering what this mysterious thing is. No, it's not a time machine or a wooden refrigerator, but before I reveal the what it is, I want to tell you more about the why I built it. One of the things I enjoy most is going to the iHub and getting creative and building things. I especially like the power tools. So when we went up to our friend Pak Chakra's agroforestry farm and learned about the recirculating dehydrator that he built, I knew this was something I wanted to get my hands on. At the time, I had already begun my quest and planned on studying jamu and medicinal plants of Bali. But this new idea of building something with my own hands excited me even more, so I decided to combine the two. Ancient Egyptians dried meats, dates, raisins, and fish for long-term storage. In Peru and Mexico, fruits and various leaves and herbs were sun-dried in order to prevent loss of nutrients and to preserve longer. Fast forward to 1975. French inventors Mason and Colette created the first dehydrating device. The biggest benefit of dehydrating over sun-drying is the drastic difference in full drying time. Both methods remove moisture in order to preserve the food, but sun-drying takes up to 2 weeks longer. While some plants are fine to dry in the sun, Bali's high humidity prevents the full dehydration process. Dehydrating food isn't new, but the technologies we use to dehydrate continue to evolve. The reason I was interested in building a dehydrator is because I love teas and dried fruits. You can dry just about anything. Mangoes, papaya, dragon fruit, pineapple, bananas, lemongrass, ginger, turmeric, butterfly pea, rosella, sambiloto, gotakula, and I could go on forever. Knowing that I have these plants, herbs, and fruits at my fingertips here in Bali, I knew that I had to jump on this opportunity. Because not only that, but they are packed with vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. This also means it's a great potential for business. Can you believe that the dried mango industry alone is worth billions of dollars? You may have guessed it by now, but I learned how to build a recirculating dehydrator. This dehydrator was designed by a local hero and who's Bali's top leader in organic and regenerative practices, Pak Chakra. He created and designed this product because he wanted to be able to make healthy food that can be stored and exported while keeping its good quality for up to 2 years. This being a great alternative for shipping fresh fruit, which often requires loads of chemicals and preservatives. It's important to note that the process of dehydration is not just blasting the food with high heat, because that's technically going to cook it. In order to dehydrate, it is necessary to use low heat and extract the humidity. While this dehydrator is an innovative design, we hope to have it run on natural energy, such as geothermal, solar, or hydro-powered. On my journey, I learned so much about the recirculating dehydrator, and the technology is more complex than you might think. So let me break it down for you. It starts with the heating chamber. There are two main sources of heat. One is from light bulbs, and the other is from air compressors. As you know, light, heat, and sound are waves. So the thought of reflectors is to reflect those waves in order for the process to become more effective. Just like when we are hot, we start to sweat. The same thing happens to the fruits that we place in the dehydrator. The hot, moist air enters the cooling chamber, which is this area here, and becomes colder. When you cool the air, the moisture becomes thicker, the water molecules bond together, and this is called hydrobonding, simply known as condensation. Just like when you go to sleep with the aircon on and you wake up and your windows are wet. We started by putting together the plywood frame of the dehydrator, which looked like 4 big ladders. Once that was constructed, we started forming the inside, adding background for insulation. When we had the whole base structure finished, we added the door and the box area where the mechanical parts would sit. For the details, we added aluminum, which is the reflectors, with glue, and added the tray holders and the trays. Once that was done, we added the electrical parts like the condenser, the fans, and the lights. Now for my favorite part, the journey. The first day we went to, Pak Chakra invited me to work with a mentor in his community named Pak Agit. The first day we followed Pak Chakra into a beautiful village up in Payangan. At first I was pretty nervous about meeting Pak Agit, but after getting to know him and seeing how talented he is as an artist, it was then when I realized that him and his family were going to be some of the most special and kind-hearted people I will ever meet. I was also intrigued by his son's amazing organic farm that grows hundreds of incredible fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices, such as vanilla, zucchini, tomatoes, green onions, nutmeg, clove, and ginger. Let's just say they were some of the most delicious foods I've ever had. Every week, I would join Pak Agit to build the dehydrator. I learned how to properly use modern and traditional tools, and now I feel really confident when working with wood compared to how I felt before. I also worked on my Bahasa Indonesia skills, which enabled me to develop a deeper connection with my new friend and mentor. The memories of riding up to Payangan with rice fields on my left and Mount Agong on my right, pulling into Pak Agit's organic garden wonderland, and being greeted by Bon Bon, Pak Agit's feisty puppy, and friendly smiles from Pak Agit and his lovely family. These memories are imprinted in my mind and heart. As I stand here today, I feel so grateful to know that I had this opportunity to work so closely with Pak Agit. Not only has he taught me woodwork, but he also taught me about how much wisdom there is in living in harmony with plants, people, and higher sources. He told me about when his father died and he was just 8 years old, and how from that moment he just wanted to learn everything from everyone. That's why he's one of the most talented woodworkers, painters, and even bonsai wizard. There's a deep intelligence here, and I hope to hold that with me forever. I'm so grateful to know that these are part of my Bali memories, because these are definitely some of the more special ones. The most exciting part of this is that we decided to continue working together. As a team, we're going to be sharing the dehydrator and the workshop. On my visit back to Bali, I will plan future projects making dried fruits and teas. Pak Agit will be able to dry his galangal and other spices for exportation. I feel so relieved to know that this will be an enduring connection and that we will create together for many years to come. We are also happy to have Green School students and teachers use the dehydrator for any future projects. I'd like to thank Pak Agit for bringing me on this journey, and Pak Chakra for introducing me to this topic, my mom for driving me up every week and helping me with my speech, and last but not least, my teachers for guiding me along the way.